have any idea how the White House determined who was fair game, who they were going to keep spying on, and who they would stop spying on?
Yeah, I mean, basically what happened is in 2013, the White House drew up what they called a protected list. This was leaders who were put on this list. The NSA would not be allowed to spy on directly. And so when they went down, they looked first at treaty allies, so North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. When you had Angela Merkel of Germany, Francois Hollande of France, they were put on this list. When it came to Erdogan, the leader of Turkey, there was a protracted debate within the Security Council, in the Situation Room at the White House about whether or not Erdogan should be given the same level of protection as the other NATO leaders. And the decision was that he should not be included on that list, that the NSA should be able to target him at the discretion of the White House, because the U.S. was concerned that Erdogan's policies, particularly his counterterrorism policy, was at odds with U.S. policy, and they didn't want to lose visibility into what he was thinking and saying.
And some people, in reaction to your piece, including former House Intelligence Committee Chairman Pete Hoekstra, are calling for an investigation and even prosecution. What are the chances that actually happens?
I think that's very unlikely. What you had happen here was a perfect storm. The NSA was listening to Israeli communications. These are Israeli to Israeli communications. So this might be the ambassador in Washington who's writing a cable message describing his meetings on Capitol Hill to the foreign ministry in Jerusalem. That's the kind of stuff that the NSA was sweeping up. They would also get Israeli telephone calls to other Israelis. But at the same time, starting in January 2015, the Israelis launched their biggest lobbying campaign in Congress. So now you had Israelis who were being targeted by the NSA talking every day to members of Congress, their aides, and Jewish American groups. And here the NSA had a ringside seat for this. And they have policies that decide how they handle such communications. And everything that we were able to discover about this, and there are things that we definitely still do not fully understand, was that the NSA followed the rule, which was that whatever they told the White House or other policymakers about these communications, they would minimize. The term is minimize. It means basically obscure the identities of the Americans who are mentioned in these communications. So that would mean a lawmaker would be identified usually as a U.S. government official or maybe as a member of Congress. If it was a Jewish American leader, it would be just referred to, the person would be referred to as a U.S. person. And if it was a group, let's say like AIPAC, the very powerful pro-Israel lobby, it would be identified anonymously as a U.S. organization. Nonetheless, what this gave the White House was visibility into the tactics that Israel was using behind closed doors on the Hill.
All right, well, Adam Entous, thank you for joining us to discuss this exclusive report in the Wall Street Journal.